Have you ever wondered how humanity began? Not just in terms of survival, but when did we start thinking, planning, and shaping the world around us? The answer lies in one simple, yet extraordinary moment: the discovery of fire. Imagine a time, long before the conveniences of modern life, when darkness and danger ruled. A time when humans had no tools, no fire, and no certainty. When night fell, survival became a battle against cold, hunger, and fear. But then, everything changed. One night, something miraculous happened. The sky cracked open with a thunderous roar, and a lightning bolt set an ancient tree ablaze. A fire was born, wild and uncontrollable, rising high into the sky. But there, in the face of danger, a human stood the ground. They didn't run from the fire. They stared at it. They watched it burn, but they didn't look away. Fear gripped them, yes, but they didn't retreat. Instead, they found a way to hold the flame with nothing but their gaze. That first human didn't just witness fire. They embraced it, and in doing so, they sparked the first step in the evolution of humanity. Fire wasn't just something to admire, it was something to control. This early human didn't just stand there in awe, they tamed it. They picked up a branch, carefully drew the flame close, and carried it back to their cave. With trembling hands, they began the arduous task of keeping the fire alive. And in that moment, something more than light was born. Willpower was born. The ability to hold and preserve the fire was the very first act of human mastery over nature. It wasn't about surviving the night anymore, it was about controlling time itself. Fire meant that night no longer had to be the end of the day. It meant that humans could extend their time, not just by living longer, but by thinking, planning, and dreaming. But this wasn't just about comfort, it was about evolution. With fire, humans could now cook their food, making it easier to digest and unlocking new levels of energy. This shift didn't just change what we ate, it changed us. Cooking food allowed the human body to extract more energy from less. It gave us a bigger brain and smaller guts. The energy once used for digestion could now fuel a more complex brain, leading to the evolution of thought, imagination, and reason. This wasn't just an evolutionary leap, it was a revolution in how we interacted with the world and each other. Fire didn't just warm our bodies, it shaped our minds. As fire spread, so did its impact on human culture. Early humans gathered around the flames, not just for warmth, but for community. These fires became the heart of social life. Around the fire, humans shared stories, ideas, and dreams. They connected with each other, forming the first bonds of communication and trust. It was around these fires that culture was born. From the simplest stories to complex myths, fire became a symbol of knowledge, protection, and creativity. And fire didn't just stay in the cave. Over time, humanity learned to use it for more. From primitive tools to the engines of industry, fire was the first force we ever learned to harness. From that first spark, we've created everything, from engines that power our cars, to the stars themselves. We've continued to tame energy, ever since. Today, our journey with fire has evolved into something even grander. We've learned to control nuclear reactions, capture the energy of the sun, and even mimic the power of the stars through fusion. Yet, no matter how far we've come, that first spark still burns within us. So, the question isn't just, when did humanity discover fire? The real question is, when did fire discover humanity? Because from that moment forward, fire didn't just change the world, it changed us. It gave us the tools, the will, and the imagination to shape our reality, to dream, to think. And as we gather around our modern fires, whether it's a campfire, a light bulb, or the power of our devices, maybe we're still just looking for that spark. The one that started it all. The one that says, we are more than survivors. We are creators. This is just the beginning of our journey together at the Universe Hub. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep igniting the fire of knowledge. Because in the end, it's not just about surviving the dark, it's about understanding it.